everyone. I have a genuine question to ask all of you. What do you think is the best way to radicalize someone? I would argue that one of the best ways to make someone more radicalized is to purge them from the public square, or in today's socio-political climate, the online public square. I had one of my accounts banned, and I got it back, because of course I fucking did. But whilst I was waiting for the appeal to go through, I got another account started. And all the while I was just thinking, I'm gonna come back harder, harsher, and more caustic than ever before. Because frankly, there are just too many spineless pussies on this app who would rather try and shut me down than come at me with any kind of legitimate counter-argument. So it's just gonna put me in a fuck you mindset. I'm just gonna come back harder. And anything that gets banned or taken down is just gonna be re-uploaded elsewhere. So my message, my awful, horrible, offensive message is still gonna get out there. My detractors didn't stop shit, and they never fucking will.
Okay, so I apologize for the delay, but it's Casper here.
Of course your name is Casper.
And we're going to talk about the trigender gender identity.
Oh, goody.
The trigender gender identity is one where the prefix pretty much says it all.
Yeah, you want to feel 3 times more special than anyone else.
Tri meaning 3.
Oh, I thought you meant like it was an attempt to try to stay relevant.
So basically, trigender people are those who have 3 gender identities.
3 gender identities. Seems kind of greedy.
Would be male, female, and genderless. But that doesn't always have to be the only combination.
Doesn't the genderless component negate the previous 2? Plus, why are you talking like you're fucking high on meth?
Goddamn right.
None of the Sonic the Hedgehog or Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle characters were black-coded until people on Twitter decided they were.
Yeah, pretty much.
So let's talk about the original iconic Sonic the Hedgehog. And I'm talking more so when he hit the American wave. His voice first actor is Jaleel White. He voiced English Sonic for 7 years.
Yeah, but in Sonic's latest iteration, we got him now. You know, that's if I were to look at everything through a racial lens like you obviously do.
And why is that important? Because yes, he's a blue hedgehog, but there's your cultural tie.
No. You can't come up with that bullshit reasoning. I mean, everyone else was shouted down and accused of being racist when everyone else pointed out the Little Mermaid's cultural origins. And besides which, Sonic comes from a planet called Mobius. Did you?
There's a reason why Sonic is so in-depth into the black community.
Hey, it's not just the black community.
Why he's a hood classic. And we're not talking about a character that's just voiced by a black voice actor. But it is confirmed that his iconic red shoes are based off of Michael Jackson's Bad Shoes. The most popular black artist is now an influential design in a game character. Not to mention the heavily joked Air Force shoes. There's only one specific community where shoes are a cultural influence. Not to mention the games and the show.
Yep, Samwise Gamgee is correct. That is a fucking reach. And if everything you're saying is true, so fucking what?
Make it very clear that Sonic's ancestral line comes from Egypt. What y'all need to understand about cartoon characters, especially classic cartoon characters, is that a lot of them were inserts for minority figures. Why? Because racism exists. And I recently made this point in my race swapping video. I don't even need to go into talks about the Ninja Turtles because it's New York and martial art. It is multiple comic artist headcanons that in real life.
Okay. If you're saying that because you think that all these characters had non-white origins, and as such, white people don't have any right to enjoy them, because that's exactly what these kinds of arguments commonly lead to, then stop using and or enjoying anything a white person made fucking ever. including probably the phone that you're holding in your hand.
What up, y'all? Time for another cool, classic clip.
Oh yeah.
Why do you think Piers is so offensive?
Well, I think the way that Piers talks about non-binary people is that you mock them, you make fun of them, you use them as entertainment.
I'm sorry, not sorry if I sound like some kind of transphobic bigot, but even if Piers does do all those horrible fucking things, so what? So fucking what? No one is above mockery. Not even the precious LGBTQ plus 234XY community. Fuck's sake, grow a backbone, will ya?
Use the lives of real people in this country, a vulnerable minority, as something to make fun of and get a reaction.
Well then, maybe you shouldn't make it so easy for us to get a reaction out of you, huh?
Well, be
for example,
specific. Be
well,
specific.
when you claim that you're a two-spirit penguin.
Yeah, but you know why I did that? If literally you can now identify in 100 different ways your gender, including two-spirit person and all this other stuff, then I'm entitled to identify as a two-spirit penguin. And what's interesting is you want me to respect all those 100 genders, however ludicrous some of them are, but you have zero respect for my right to identify myself in any way I see fit. So in other words, it's one rule for you. You say everyone's entitled to say they can be whatever they want. But the moment I decide that I want to be a two-spirit penguin, you go absolutely nuts and want to control how I self-identify.
I'm not really a fan of Piers Morgan, but he's got a point. Dear LGBTQ two-spirited astral pony non-binary gendery people, do you want to be equal to us or not? Or do you still want special treatment? Because if you want to be truly equal, then you gotta just roll the punches. Just like everybody else does. Just, stop being pussies.